Follow Up Boss is maybe the most talked about CRM on the planet. And I'll be totally honest with you, I've been very resistant to even look at it for years simply because of that. My name is Mike Novak, part of the Novak Real Estate team, a real brokerage. And our team, the Novak Real Estate team, is located just north of Seattle. And today, I want to share with you my unbiased, unfiltered, raw, candid feedback on Follow Up Boss after being on it for 90 days. Our sales team does about $110 million each year. We moved our team to Follow Up Boss in December of 2023. So we're just hitting that 90-day mark. And I want to share with you the things that I think are awesome about Follow Up Boss and the things that I think also could be improved and are things that I kind of just have as a wish list that I loved about where we came from. We came from Sierra Interactive, first of all. Okay, Sierra Interactive, really a fantastic all-in-one solution. It's an IDX website. It's also a very, very robust CRM. I've been deeply involved in the Sierra community for 6 years. We are not CRM jumpers or hoppers. We stick with one system and we go super deep on it. And that's exactly what we did with Sierra Interactive. I got to be involved with a lot of the product enhancements. We worked on the automations with their development team, worked on the mobile app with their team, group texting, and lots of other things as well. So it was not an easy decision for us to leave Sierra and go to Follow Up Boss. But ultimately, there are some things about Follow Up Boss that I just felt our organization needed to take things to the next level. And after considering it for a few months, demoing it, talking to lots of my mastermind friends and peers, team leaders across the country, decided to go ahead and make this transition in December. And to be honest with you, I'm really glad that we did. It's been fantastic. There's some things that I wish we had in Follow Up Boss that we had in Sierra. I'll talk about those in a minute. But overall, it's been a really, really good transition for our team. Our team has a database that's pretty large. It's about 80,000 people. And so there's a tremendous amount of opportunity, and organizing that in a way that makes sense, allows your agents to work it, is really important. Follow Up Boss, when paired with Alina Key Technologies, shout out to Alina Key and her team, is really fantastic. Alina Key's system is kind of like an operating system for Follow Up Boss. Instead of being left to your imagination of how to create smart lists, tags, filters, email templates, things like that, it's kind of a done for you system. There's an upfront fee to pay for it, but it will save you so much time and headache. Highly recommend checking it out. The other really cool thing about it, there's no monthly fee for it like there is for a lot of these other similar products you'll see in Sierra or in other CRMs. It's just a one-time upfront fee, which I think is super reasonable for how much value you get from it. And their team is very committed. Like, they were really, really great at helping us get going, answering all of our questions. Shout out to Jessie Evert, Alina Key. She was our helper there, and she was just fantastic to work with. Let's jump into the things that I really love about Follow Up Boss at a very tactical level, and then I'll share with you the things that I think could be improved. The first big benefit to Follow Up Boss is that it's super intuitive to use. For just about any agent, they can jump into Follow Up Boss and get a pretty good understanding of what to do and how to do it very quickly. If you look at the contact profile, everything is laid out in a way that makes sense, and it's customizable too. Like, you can drag and drop boxes on the left, on the right, organize it in a way that you really like, but it's super intuitive. The buttons are very easy to find. It's very almost fun to use. Like, I hate to say a CRM is fun, but Follow Up Boss has done a pretty good job of making it almost enjoyable to use a CRM and to make your phone calls, which is awesome. Our goal for being a team leader is how do we simplify what agents need to do and make it more enjoyable for them so they can do it more consistently and be more successful with it. Follow Up Boss really brings that mission to life with the way their CRM is presented. Like, the UX, the user experience of it is really fantastic. I think it's completely unmatched in real estate, and it definitely beat out Sierra Interactive. Sierra Interactive, you know, the feedback I got from my agents was it felt confusing, felt kind of like you're looking through a tunnel, wasn't as intuitive, and Follow Up Boss I just feel like really has this dialed in. So that's really the first thing, is the user experience in Follow Up Boss is really fantastic. And you see that in their mobile app as well. The mobile app, very well laid out, very intuitive, super easy to use, which means your agents are going to want to be in there and using it daily, which is awesome, okay? The second big pro for Follow Up Boss is it integrates really well with virtually everything. I'll go over our tech stack here in just a minute, but it has a very open API. So it plugs into virtually anything else that you could possibly want to use for real estate, and it plays very well with those other systems. There's some CRMs, especially older CRMs like Commissions Inc., Boomtown, very closed off APIs. You could not really plug the system into anything else. Follow Up Boss has flipped that around, and they play well with everyone, which is super cool. Allows us to really pick our technology stack and have it all work beautifully together. So I really appreciate that. Number three, the reporting. In Sierra, I felt like the reporting was substandard. It was hard for me to find the information I needed to actually get an idea of what's happening with an agent's pipeline. With Follow Up Boss, I love the deals. The deals reporting is very good. I also love the agent activity logs. I can just see a lot more of what's going on. I can get there with 1 or 2 clicks and have an actionable report to tell me how this agent is doing. We pull these into our one-on-one conversations with agents continually. It's a huge coaching tool. We're able to get in their list of their calls quickly, things like that. So the reporting in Follow Boss, I think, is really fantastic. I have not seen another CRM that's anywhere close to it, and it's something that we definitely are using every single day. Group texting is number 4. I love the way group texting works in Follow Boss. Sierra added this last year, and it's pretty good, but I think Follow Boss is a little bit better. It's just cleaner the way that it works. Makes it very easy to streamline communication. I have a full-time showing partner in ISA, so we'll typically have multiple people within my micro team on one conversation with a client, and Follow Boss makes that very easy to keep everyone in the loop on what's happening. So the group texting, very good, works off of the mobile app just as well as it does off the desktop as well. The next one, number 5, I love the smart lists. So you can really filter your lists in millions of different ways. Like if you can dream it, you can organize it in Follow Boss. Super powerful. And I love the way that Alina Key has set up her smart lists in particular, because it basically puts someone on the list when you need to call them. And when the call is made, they drop off the list until you need to call them again. How cool is that? Instead of using old school tasks, which I don't love, tasks get backed up very quickly. Like if an agent's out of town, if they don't work the weekend, all of a sudden they walk in Monday morning, they've got 200 past due tasks and they have no idea where to even start. The smart list clearing strategy just works a lot better. Clear your lists. Once that call is made, it's going to tell you when to call them again. Keep your list cleared. That's your daily workflow. They know exactly which list they're responsible for clearing on a daily basis. It's literally that simple. I love the smart list. I love the way Alina Key has set up her system to do that. Number 6, I'd be remiss to not shout out to Follow Boss's support team. World class, in my opinion. Not only are they fast to respond to you, but they are actually really knowledgeable and helpful. Like I've seen some customer support teams for other products where the person either feels like they're being inconvenienced to help you or takes them 4 days to get back to you. With Follow Boss, it's 7 days a week and it's fast. Like a couple hours max, you're gonna hear back from them in most cases. It's been very rare where it takes a few days for somebody to get back to me. If it's typically a few days, that's because it's a complex issue they need to have a developer look into. But their support is very fantastic. It's much appreciated on our end. You know, when we need help, we need it now. And their team they've done awesome with that. So big shout out to the Follow Boss team on that and their support team in particular. Really, really knowledgeable, very helpful, and very, very responsive. Also, it's not offshore. It's US based, so there's no language barriers or anything like that either. Number 7, it really integrates with all of our other systems. I talked about integration a little bit already, but I wanted to just talk about our specific tech stack we use because it really does work well with Follow Boss and much better than it did with Sierra Interactive. So our tech stack is Sisu for analytics, which plugs into Follow Boss very well and moves people through pipelines in an automated way. That's all of our analytics, like how much it costs per closing, per lead source, agents productivity, dashboards, things like that. So Sisu is really great for analytics. If you're curious about Sisu, definitely reach out to me. Huge fan of them. We were customer like number 20 of theirs when they launched their company a handful of years ago, and just love Brian and Zach over there. Shout out to those guys. Really great product that you want to definitely look at, but they integrate well with Follow Boss. CallAction, shout out to Jesse. I love CallAction. Really, really robust automated follow-up. It's going to be your texting solution that you can plug into Follow Boss. Follow Boss does not allow you to text through action plans within their system, so you need a bolt-on third party to do that. We use CallAction for it because it's the best in my opinion by a long shot. Jesse he's an old school industry leader when it comes to how to text and how to communicate with leads. He's amazing. Like he's just so invested in his clients. He has been a tremendous help, just a resource for us to use CallAction at a very high level. The way that CallAction works, it really flips all of this outbound effort we put into calling people and it gets them calling us or texting us back. So it's a really efficient system to scale your lead conversion. Love, love, love CallAction. The last one that we use, Ylopo. Been a Ylopo customer since 2018. Huge fan of their product. All of their tools, they've got like the open house tool, the seller suite tools, the heat map tools. It's a badass product. They have the best retargeting capabilities in all of real estate. They've been on the pioneer of that for years. Shout out to Howard and G over there. These guys run a great company. Definitely really great to help build a big database. A lot of our 80,000 leads came from Ylopo in the early days, and we continue just to retarget to these people. We also do pay-per-click lead generation with them, and they do a great job on that as well. The 8th and final big benefit I want to talk about, I kind of mentioned this briefly already, but it's the mobile app. Their mobile app is very intuitive and it's very easy to use on the go. As agents, we're not always just behind a computer and a desk being able to do things from a desktop. We're on the go in a car showing houses, negotiating deals on the fly, and Follow Up Boss's app makes this easy to do. I can do CallAction, I can do Ylopo, I can do Follow Boss all out of their app in a very streamlined way because of the way that it's organized. I love their inbox in there. The inbox is super easy to use. Make sure you don't ever miss a communication, whether if it's a phone call, a text, an email, whatever. It all goes into one spot. You can just clear your inbox every single day and throughout the day. So the mobile app and the inbox, really fantastic. Those are some of the biggest and most important benefits of Follow Boss in my opinion. There's a lot of other ones, but these were like the most important 8 ones I want to make sure we mention. That brings me to the cons. Like, what are the opportunities where Follow Boss could do better, and what are the features I kind of missed from Sierra? The first one is lead routing. The lead routing rules and capabilities in Follow Boss are substandard in my opinion. You can round robin them or you can do first to claim. In Sierra, you can customize it to a much higher degree. You can do things like first to claim with timeout, meaning like someone claims a lead, and if they don't reach out to that lead within 5 minutes, it reassigns it automatically. Very powerful stuff. The lead routing rules, you can just segment so much more in Sierra than you can in Follow Up Boss. They also have an instant call feature in Sierra where it's going to call the agent as soon as a new lead comes in and try to connect them automatically to the lead. Very helpful for speed delete. So lead routing rules, way better in Sierra than they are in Follow Up Boss. I've heard this is going to be improved in Follow Up Boss. I think it's going to be much needed and very much appreciated when it does happen. The second con would be the action plans. They're very limited. Like, we come from Sierra where you can do pretty complex action plans where you can schedule things to go out at specific times on specific days. You can sequence tasks off of other tasks being completed, and you can also have tasks that would normally be due on a Saturday be due on a Friday as an example, or if they're due on a Sunday, you push them into Monday, things like that. In Follow Up Boss, all you can do is just schedule to the day. Like, you could have 10 tasks all due on the same day, and that doesn't really help for breaking things up. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a new lead come in, and our protocol is to call a new lead 3 times on the first day. Well, I really can't do that with Follow Up Boss because it just puts all 3 calls as tasks on there, okay? Like, it's not gonna say call them now, call them in 5 minutes, call them in 2 hours. It's just all 3 are due right now. And I don't think that that's the best way to do it. So action plans are a big opportunity inside of Follow Up Boss to make it better. The third one, this is kind of a small one, but it is something that frustrates me because I use it every day. I can't tag people in call notes. Like, in notes in Sierra and in Follow Up Boss, you can use the @ symbol to tag other team members to loop them into communications. We should have that ability to mention team members in call notes without having to copy paste that call outcome into another note. Like, it should just be integrated. You should be able to do that same thing in the call note that you can do in a regular note, and you just can't yet. So I'd love for that to be improved. The fourth and final one is there's no integrated texting. This is what kept us from Follow Up Boss for years. Ultimately, I understand why they do it. I mean, texting is really a hot button issue right now as far as compliance goes. It's under a lot of scrutiny. There's been a lot of issues with it, a lot of abuse in our industry, and they don't allow you to incorporate texting into action plans. So you're gonna need a texting solution for sure, because a lot of people do prefer texting over calls for communication. Text Betty is one option. We use CallAction. Jesse, or CallAction is fantastic, like I said earlier. Really robust, maybe the most robust texting automation platform in the market today. Been around for a long time, just a proven product that works great. So you're gonna need that. Make sure you budget that when you're thinking about how much to spend on your different systems, because you're gonna have to have a solution for texting. You can't just manually text everybody and think you're gonna reach out to them and convert them at the highest level possible. You need to leverage some automation when it comes to that. So those are the benefits and also the challenges from our team over the first 90 days. I'll do a 1-year video in 9 months or so and just kind of give you more feedback at that point. I'm really optimistic that things like the automations are going to be enhanced, the lead routing rules will be enhanced, things like that, but we'll see where it goes. But so far, I really appreciate the Follow Up Boss team. Shout out to all of them over there. They've been great to work with, and they've built a really good product, no question about that.